I got my app here opened up. All I gotta do is press the on button here on the blue. Whoa. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a great day. When I first started by thanking all you guys subscribe to my channel. If this is your first time watching my videos, do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button for me. Alright guys, so today we're going to be installing some rock lights on my Ford F-150 Lightning. Yes, you heard right, my Lightning. I'm going to install rock lights on this truck right here. So rock lights are misunderstood for, like, you know, just off-road vehicles or whatever, Jeeps. But you can actually install these rock lights on any make or model, and they still look really, really cool. So I'm going to show you guys that and prove that to you guys by installing them on my Ford F-150 and show you how cool they look on any make or model. Alright guys, so over here on the bench we have the lights that I chose. These are the ones I got off Amazon. These were priced pretty good. They were not expensive, they were not cheap, and they actually had really good reviews. Yeah, these are actually iOS and Android compatible. You have to download this app here by scanning this QR code, or you can just download LED BLE to your phone to control these lights. And the cool thing about these lights is they have, it says, over 16 million colors to choose. That's crazy. Anyways, you can control this by music. It'll I guess strobe to the music. A whole bunch of crazy stuff. It's got a lot of different things that it'll do. But first, I'm gonna take these out of the box. I'm actually gonna hook them up to the module and then power them up to the battery, because I want to make sure. Well, you want to make sure when you buy any kind of electronics or lights off any website, you want to make sure they work before you go and run and waste all your time running the wires and everything. And you go to hook them up and it don't work. So you want to definitely want to test out the product first before you go and, you know, run the wires. It's just common sense. So right now I'm going to take them out of the box and go ahead and hook them up to, like I said, the module, and then I'll just hook them up to the battery. I definitely need to download the app first. I need to download the app first before I do all that, and yeah, let's hook it up. All right, so let's go ahead and open up the box. Here is the first one. Let's see what's in here. Here. Okay, this is one of the lights. You get actually a really nice aluminum light. It's not plastic, it's aluminum. That's nice. It's high quality. It's not cheap. And I'm assuming these are just different mounts that you can fit onto the lights. Yeah, so these are just different mounts. You can attach it to this, or just like an angled mount, and you can attach it to this one. It's just like a flat mount. So two different ones, and another light. See if I can find the module before I hook these lights up. Let's see, this is the module right here. All right, so like I said, the lights will screw onto here. All four lights will go onto here. And then this is the module here, and these are the power and ground. So this is the where you'll hook up to your battery red and your battery negative, and then that'll power up the whole thing. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and set this up on the truck and just make sure we have to test these lights. But let me first download the app before I go ahead and do anything else. Get my camera out and let's go scan the QR code here. Let's just open in Safari. Sure. Alright, come on. Here we go. Let's go into my, there it is, LED. So that's the app. It's called LED lamp. I'm gonna go ahead and get. App should be downloading. Alright, so while this downloads, I'm gonna go ahead and hook this up to, let me get ahead and hook all this up to the battery and make sure everything works. Alright, to hook up these lights, really simple. You get one of the lights, and on the light it'll actually have a arrow. There's the arrow, and on the module it'll have an arrow right there, and you just basically hook them up together like so, and then you just screw on this little cap here to make sure they secure and are tight, and that's it. So we got one, and hook up the other two. Alright guys, so for now I just got the lights hooked up right here, and I got a positive side hooked up to the battery terminal there, And I'm just gonna ground the negative on the battery here. Oh, nice and bright lights. Wow, these are pretty bright. So they do work. Open up the app here and pick the ones we have and see if we can change these colors. Yeah, it works. Perfect. Cool. What's this? Music. Wow. These are pretty bright. So we can actually change these to whatever you want. You can even do white and black. Looks like here you want just white. You can dim them down. These are really cool, really bright. So now that they work, I can also change the brightness of them, so you can dim them down if they're too bright. Turn it all the way up. But yeah, these are really cool lights. Let's go ahead and now that they work, I'm gonna go ahead and take that wire off of there. Wow, those are bright. There we go. And take this off here. Just kind of rigged it up for now. Now that we know that they work, we run the task of running the wires. So you definitely want to run them along the bottom. Every car and truck is gonna be different the way you want to run it. So I'm just gonna show you one. I'm gonna run one, and I may just go ahead and do all of them and just show you at the end how I did it. Like I said, everyone's gonna be different. Every car is gonna be different, but it's gonna be pretty simple. So yeah, just run it, and then yeah, let's go ahead and do it. All right, guys. Sorry about the noise, guys. They're building a pool across the street over there, and it's super loud. Anyways, I mounted mine up here on the back of this plastic panel. I just screwed some screws through it, and I'm going to run the wire along the top of the wheel well here, and just run it along the frame. But one thing to consider, guys, if you're gonna mount it up here on top of the metal of, if you have a truck and the metal of the wheel well, if you screw into it, you're gonna screw through the top of your wheels. You're gonna have screws coming at the top. So you wanna make sure that before you do screw into the metal up here, that it's not gonna go into the bed, because then you're gonna have screws on the top. But if you have like a plastic or a rubber panel like mine, like I just did, I just screwed it to the back of that. I'm gonna run the wire along the top here and just run it through these holes and down and just tuck it away. All right, guys, so I've already got 3 out of the 4 lights mounted. I have that side mounted and I have the 2 back ones. But one thing I am running into that I just noticed is once I mounted the rear one, I closed the garage because those guys are out there pretty loud, that the wire, when I mounted it here on the back wheel, the wire only reached to about right here. And I wanted it to reach all the way to the front where the battery was so I could just make the connections. Because the module itself, the wires are not that long where they connect, see? So, and I double checked all the 4 lights to make sure the lengths are the same. They're all the same. So it doesn't matter, there's no 2 back ones that are longer than the front ones. They're all the same length. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna have to meet all 4 connections in the center. So as far as the back 2 will meet, it looks like they'll meet somewhere in the front of the driver door. So I'm gonna connect them all down here at the bottom, and then I'm gonna have to run wire. I'm gonna have to mount the module somewhere underneath the truck and make my connections to all 4 lights, and then I'll have to run an extra set of wires from the ground and power to either the battery or somewhere inside of the cab where there's a fusible link or 12-volt source. So luckily I do have some spare wire laying around that I can run the extra length, but that's one thing you want to come in, want to keep in mind if you do have a truck. So my truck's not long at all, it's a short bed truck, so you're probably going to run into this problem. I looked on their website, they don't have different length of kits, they're all the same length. So it's all the same. So you have a long truck, you're gonna have to want to buy some extra wire. I'll link this up below. It's the same diameter as what the kit has. So I'm actually gonna also see if maybe I can add a fuse so I can at least power I can fuse the module and on a fusible link That way, if it does short out, it blows the fuse and doesn't blow out or start any kind of fire. This is actually a safer way to do it. If you add a fuse, if you've never used one of these before, I'll show you how to use these. They're really, really handy. Alright, so I got done running all the light wires, the rears and the front, and like I said earlier, the rear ones could only reach about somewhere around here. They don't reach all the way to the front. So this is the passenger rear. This is as far as it'll reach, okay? So it's like right at the driver door. This is the driver rear, and the front ones obviously have quite a bit of slack left. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and mount or hook up the lights here in this neutral location where they all meet, and then I'll go ahead and run a power and ground to the inside of the cab, because right here on my truck, actually underneath here, I can run wires through here, and this goes inside of the cab of the truck where there's fuses, and I can get my 12-volt source. Or I can just go ahead, if you guys want, you guys can just run some extra wires from here to the battery and make your connections there. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you down here what I've done so far. So I made my connections here, and I just taped them up. And the ground, I just screwed a screw to the body here to the ground out on the body. And the positive side, I ran straight up that way because there's a fuse box underneath the truck, underneath the hood, where I'm gonna show you my connections. But I just basically made all my connections on the other side of the frame here. Show you this really quick. And I just put the module up here on top and zip tied it to this bracket here, and just tuck all the wires away and make sure they're not loose and hanging down. So you want to make sure you have quite a variety of zip ties laying around. I have these 300 pack of zip ties that I bought off Amazon. It comes with different variety, different sizes. So now that I got my power wire up here, I'm gonna make my connection underneath this fuse and get a fuse source for the light. All right, guys, so I'm gonna use this, add a fuse to the circuit. I'm gonna show you what this actually pack here comes in a variety of different sizes, because you know these cars nowadays come with different fuses, but my truck uses this kind of fuse here. So if you just go over to your fuse box and you can just look at your fuses, you got big ones and small ones. I'm gonna choose this 30 amp fuse here. So I'm gonna pull it out, and all you do, guys, is so you grab your fuse and you make sure it matches the one in the bag. So this one matches this one, and you want to add the fuse that you pulled out to the bottom circuit right here. So this is going to be the circuit that we are tapping into. So the 30 goes in here, and the top one is going to be the fuse to the source that we're going to want to add it to. So this is going to go to our lights, and we're going to add a 20 amp fuse to that circuit itself. And all we do is basically go back to our fuse box here, open it up, and we just make our connections in here like so. And all you do is just put it back into the same location that it came out of. All right, so I got the truck all wired up, everything's tucked away, nice and neat, and I am ready. I got the app loaded up here, and all I gotta do is turn off the lights inside the garage before, it's still daylight outside, so I'm gonna test it out here in the garage first. So I'm gonna go here, turn the lights off, and I got my app here opened up. All I gotta do is press the on button here on the blue. Whoa, look at that, guys. Oh yeah, that is awesome. That is really cool. And like I said, you can just play with this app. So many different settings here on this thing that you can use. But man, that looks good. Look how bright those lights are. Those lights are super light. Obviously, if the truck was lifted, it would even show more light on the ground. But since the truck is pretty lowered, it's like right on the tire here. But man, that looks really, really cool. That is gonna look cool when I do a burnout. That's gonna just light up the whole wheel well. That's gonna look really, really cool. But man, look at the light output in this thing. Really, really good. Alright guys, so the lights turned out really good. I'm really happy with the results. I'm gonna get some nighttime shots later on and show you guys what it looks like outside, but I definitely wanted to show you guys what it looks like in the garage, because the garage is really dark. But I definitely recommend you guys picking up some extra wire. I'm gonna link some of this wire down in the description below on the wire gauge that you're gonna need, because you're definitely gonna need a little bit extra wire just in case your truck's a little bit longer than mine. Definitely need a pack of zip ties, a variety of zip ties, because you want to tie in all the loose ends of the wire to a secure location so that we're not dangling down and could damage your wires or your lights. So you definitely need a pack of zip ties. I definitely recommend that. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comments below and I'll try to get to you as soon as I can. I'm going to link out the lights down below as well, where I got all that stuff off of Amazon. Really easy and really convenient to get. If you guys have any questions, like I said, put it in the comments below. Please like, please subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.